Excuse me, sir. Sir, how did you get rich?
I'm not rich. I'm not rich, buddy. I'm wealthy.
You're wealthy?
Yeah.
So what's the difference between rich and wealthy?
Well, rich is having enough money for her and her brother and me to do pretty nice things. Wealthy is having enough money for her great-grandkids to do pretty nice things.
So how much are you worth today? Can I take a guess?
You can.
More than 20 million?
Yes.
More than 30 million? More than 40 million?
Yes.
More than 50?
Get in the ballpark.
Around there.
We built companies into billion-dollar enterprises.
And what business were you in?
When I grew up poor, I'm from the ghetto.
What was the most you made a year at that business?
Millions.
More than 10 mil?
Yeah, of course.
If me and you died tomorrow and you had one more guiding principle with the younger generation to become a millionaire in today's world, what would that be? I am standing in the 10th richest city in the entire world, Chicago. And this city's home to over 120,000 millionaires and 25 billionaires with a B. So you know I had to fly out to the Windy City to come find and cold approach multi-millionaires and billionaires to figure out how they built their wealth, their secrets to becoming financially free, how you can do the exact same thing. This video is about to be insane from start to finish, so stay tuned until the end. With that being said, let's get this video on the way. I got you. I'm just asking, how did he get a Lamborghini?
So in 2015, I started a bath and body business. I'm a millionaire. Selling bath bombs made me a millionaire.
Can I interview you off to the side real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Did you come from a rich family?
No, not at all. But you know the saying, if you don't come from a rich family, one must come from you.
And a rich family came from you.
I did everything and anything willing and able in order to make sure that they do, yep.
Did you go to college?
I did not.
You didn't go to college?
No, not high school either. No high school diploma, no GED, no college degree, nothing.
What was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
Over 11 million.
11 mil. That's a lot of M's right there.
Especially coming from nothing when you're so poor. It's actually pitiful poor where poor people actually feel sorry for you. That's how poor I was.
Are you a good marketer?
Yes, yes. One of the best in the world.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Give me a marketing masterclass right here. How important is marketing to a business?
Yeah, it's absolutely crucial. If they don't know you, they can't flow you, right? And an offer you don't make is an offer that they can't take. So you want to make sure that they know you. That way they can like you. And if they know you and they like you, they'll trust you and do business with you.
That's game right there. I love that.
When it comes to business and marketing, what entertains you, trains you, and what you think about, you bring about. So too many people focus on where they are versus where they want to be. If you focus on where you want to be and you live in that actual reality, then it becomes reality.
So your thoughts become reality.
Your thoughts become reality. You have to see it before you see it so that you can seize it.
What do the richest people in the world have in common?
They never stop learning. The minute you stop learning is the minute you stop earning. For example, you want to write this down, note takers or money makers. WWAD, that's an acronym, and I love acronyms because it's easy to remember. WWAD stands for what would Apple do? Apple's $1 trillion company, one of just a few. So what are they doing? When I look at packaging, I look at their packaging. When I look at customer support, I look at their customer support. When I look at product creation and design, I look at their product creation design, right? So look at the best, mirror, get inspiration, then ask yourself, what are they not doing? What can I do? What problem can I solve? I heard a billionaire speak once, Naveen James, and he said that if you want to become a billionaire, the easiest way is to solve a problem that 1 billion people have. So I'm constantly looking at what already exists, how can I improve, how can I add value, and what is a big problem that I can solve? Because you get paid in correlation to the problems that you solve, not the actual work that you do, right?
What's the lesson about money that banks don't want people to know?
The rich, the wealthy, the wise make money off of debt. See, we've been conditioned, and my parents told me out of love, not out of hate or not wanting me to win, they told me don't purchase something that you can't afford cash, right? Basically stay out of debt. However, now I maximize debt as leverage to increase my net worth. Why? Because I don't pay taxes on debt. So if I can profit through debt, I don't pay taxes on that. So the rich, the wealthy, the wise, they ethically and legally want to maximize the amount of money that they keep. So let me give you a quick scenario. If company A makes X amount of money, I then roll that money into company B, which is a real estate company, and then I refinance out of those properties. Guess what? The profits that's getting rolled over from business A to business B through the real estate is now protected. Now I have all the money in the real estate. The money's generating income 24/7, 365 passively, plus it's increasing in equity and in value, and I have access to that liquidity and that cash to reinvest into business A or into more real estate in business B. So I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned with money. And to be completely honest, like my first set of properties, I bought cash. My business, I bootstrapped my business all cash. If I would have leveraged what we just talked about, relationships, financial institutions, private money, hard money, just different banks, and even credit, I would have absolutely crushed it. I remember having $1 million cash and not being able to get a loan for a mortgage for my first house because I didn't have credit because I bought everything cash. So
That's Gabe. How do you feel about artificial intelligence?
So I've got 2 children, 12 and 16, or should I say 12 going on 16 and 16 going on 21. The core focus for them right now in my life is teaching them AI. Everything about AI. Utilize AI as much as humanly possible. I think it will be the future. At first I neglected it. I didn't like it. A lot of us are resistance to change. However, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? And I think those that are not planning to integrate AI are going to miss out on a massive opportunity right now. And if you follow, I invest in stocks. I have a stock portfolio, so I'm watching all these different companies, the Metas, the Googles, the Amazons, all their talks, all their investor talks, all their earnings reports is huge focus on AI, artificial intelligence. In fact, the NVIDIA CEO during an interview was asked what he thought about AI. He said it's the greatest revolution in humanity since humanity.
Sir, how did you get rich?
I'm not rich. I'm not rich, buddy. I'm wealthy.
You're wealthy? Yeah. So what's the difference between rich and wealthy?
Well, rich is having enough money for her and her brother and me to do pretty nice things. Wealthy is having enough money for her great-grandkids to do pretty nice things.
So how old were you when you became a millionaire?
29?
Now, I go all over the world interviewing millionaires and billionaires to help the younger generation. Can I get a minute with you for our channel real quick?
Sure, just a minute though, bro.
Is that okay?
Yes.
So how much are you worth today? Can I take a guess?
You can.
More than 20 million?
Yes.
More than 30 million?
Yes.
More than 50?
Get in the ballpark.
Around there.
Let's leave it around that.
How did you make your millions?
Started in the insurance industry, man. I quit my job as a W-2 employee working for someone else, and I started doing the exact same job, but did it for myself and made myself rich instead of other people.
Can you become wealthy working in corporate America?
You cannot become wealthy working in corporate America unless you have the family lineage that puts you there, man.
Somebody wants to take that leap. They want to leave that 9 to 5. What's that first actionable step that they should take that you took in order to start kind of building that generational wealth?
Start looking at your job today as paid training. So many businesses fail. What is the stat? Like over 90% of businesses fail. It's because people enter industries that they're not familiar with. You got some accountant that thinks he could run a bar because he's been a customer at a bar before. Someone who wants to open a bowling alley. Why? Because they like bowling. Like people do stupid stuff like that all the damn time. If you look at your job in the industry that you're in, look around. What could you do better? How much time is wasted in that office each day? How much corporate minutia is there? And how many inefficiencies are there? Could you offer the same service that your employer is currently offering and doing it in a more efficient way? Start wrapping your head around that. And once you have that solution, quit and go do it. It takes a while though. Right now, when you first start off, you don't know what you don't know. Okay, you got to be there long enough to realize, oh shoot, okay, at least get to the point where I know what I don't know. I need to learn this. Because when you're first starting off, you don't even know.
In your opinion, what keeps people broke in today's world?
I would say middle-class people trying to pretend they're rich is the absolute death sentence, man. And you see it in middle America all the time. And it often comes from the lies they were told in the W-2 corporate America landscape. They got that big job title. They're 35 years old. Well, now they have 2 kids. They bought their wife a Mercedes. They think they should have a second home because they're going to Airbnb it out on the side. And their kids in travel hockey and all this other stuff. They're keeping up with the Joneses, dude. How much you make, bro? $225 last year? Okay, cool. How much are you saving of that? You're not. You're going negative. You're losing 30 grand each year. You're spending more than you're making, dude. Trying to keep up with your neighbors, and your neighbors are in the same position as you. Be worried about that guy that's in that $800,000 house that's worth $10 million.
What's the trick to being able to sell an insurance company for tens of millions of dollars like you did?
EBITDA. The market right now is EBITDA. In simpler terms, your profit, okay? Insurance companies are going to buy other insurance brokers for a multiple of their profits. And the reason I was so successful is my profit margin was 83%. The industry average profit margin is like 22%, okay? And they also have multiple partners. Well, John, why would yours be so high and theirs be so low? Is it because you were little? No, from a revenue standpoint, I was just as big. But from an employees count standpoint, I was nowhere close to as big.
What is the best advice you ever got throughout your career?
If you're walking through a field and there's a pile of dog shit there and you happen to step in the pile of dog shit, well, That's okay. You're just some dude that stepped in a pile of dog shit. It's all right. It's okay. But on your way back home, walking through that same field, you step in that same pile of dog shit, you're a freaking moron, man. You gotta learn from your mistakes.
How old are you now?
48.
If me and you died tomorrow and you had one more guiding principle with the younger generation to become a millionaire in today's world, what would that be?
Own your company, man. You're never gonna get there as a W-2 employee. Your boss, you might think he's your buddy and he's looking out for you, but he's only your buddy in the context of your working relationship, dude. And if your boss isn't the actual owner, which usually it's not the case in corporate America, you don't know what his future is, man. So don't be loyal to a company that's not gonna be loyal to you. And unfortunately, there's too many moving pieces. So
You got amazing advice, my friend.
thanks, brother.
Thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate
Yes,
you,
sir.
brother. That's a wrap on today's video, you guys. Be sure to like and subscribe for amazing content, because I'm traveling the world, going to the wealthiest cities every week to find millionaires and billionaires to get their advice to you guys to become wealthy in today's world. And if you haven't yet, guys, go down, click the link in the description of this video to become a member of the #1 community for business owners in the entire world, the most powerful entrepreneur network for business owners. I built it because I give you guys direct access to the millionaires and the billionaires that I interview on this channel every single week. All you have to do is click the link in the description to join the School of Mentors. I can't wait to see you on the inside. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video.
ওকে, তো দর্শক মন্ডলী, এটা হচ্ছে আমাদের বাড়ি। তোরা উঠছিস কেনা? হচ্ছে আমার চাচি আম্মার বাড়ি, নানান বাড়ি, আরো গরিব মাটির বাড়ি। এই জন্য মাটির বাড়ি দেখতে চাইছেন, মাটির বাড়ি, মাটির দোতলা বাড়ি দেখতে চাইছি, ওদিকে মির্জাপুর তো যাওয়াই হলো না। হ্যাঁ, ঘরে ভালো। এই বুঝে না, ঠাস একটা চট দেবো, সামনে অনেক গল্প দেবো। আমাদের গরু আমার সাথে সাথে আগে এটা হচ্ছে রান্নাঘর, চিকেন
অন্ধকারে আলাদা লেনে দেবেন থাকে
বুদ্ধি নাই তোর, আলো আছে দেখতে পাচ্ছ না? এটা আমার ঘর, এটা আমার ঘরে ফ্রিজ, এটা আমার অ্যাপাচি, এটা আমার কম্পিউটার। চালাই না, কত টাকা পড়ে আছে, চালার লোক নাই। ভেঙে দিই রে, কোরিয়ার বই গেল তাহলে দিতে হবে। হ্যাঁ, এটা হচ্ছে আমার বুঝে আমার ছাগল, আর এটা হচ্ছে গোইল ঘর, এনে গরু থাকে। আর এইখানে থাকে আমাদের কবিতর, কবিতর নাই, সব চড়তে গেছে, এখন ফাঁকা, এখন কেউ নাই। এই যে একটা আছে, এই যে সুন্দর না, একটা আছে। আর না, এগুলো একসময় লোড থাকে ভিতরে, এখন নাই, সব ফাঁকা, সব ফাঁকা। হ্যাঁ, আর এটা হচ্ছে একটা মাটির যন্ত্র। হ্যাঁ, কুঠি, এটাকে আমরা আমাদের ভাষায় বলি কুঠি। এতে ধান রাখা হয়। এটা দেখতে অনেক ছোট মনে হলো ক্যামেরা, তো আসলে অনেক বিরাট বড়। এখানে প্রায় 20 মণ ধান আটে। আর এটা হচ্ছে ছোট ভার্সন, আর ছোট এটা ভিতরটা হয় এই যে এরকম, এই যে ধান রাখা আছে। এগুলো কিন্তু ধান, এরকম ভাবে ধান রাখা থাকে, ওইটার ভিতরে এরকম ভাবে ধান রাখা আছে। আর এটা হচ্ছে আমার আম্মা, এটা হচ্ছে আমার ছোট ওস্তাদ। এটা হচ্ছে আমার আর একটা মা, আর এটা হচ্ছে আমার আব্বা, এটা হচ্ছে আর একটা আব্বা। হ্যাঁ, আর এটা হচ্ছে আর একটা ঘর, হাট পালাতে। এটা হচ্ছে আর একটা আম্মা, এটা হচ্ছে আমাদের রুম, মারা থাকে এই রুমে। বড়ি অলরেডিও আছে, ওরা বড়ি খায়। আর এই যে উপরে ইয়া দেওয়া আছে, টিন দেখা যাবে না, মাটির একটা তক্তা দেওয়া আছে, সেটার মাধ্যমে রুম ঠান্ডা থাকে। ড্রাম আছে, ওই ড্রামে আরো জিনিস ভরে দিয়েছি। আর যে টিন হচ্ছে, উপরে টিন দেখা যাচ্ছে এদিকে, আর ঘরের ভিতরে কোন টিন দেখা যাবে না, উপরে পাটন দেওয়া আছে যাতে ঠান্ডা কম লাগে, গরম কম লাগে গরমের দিনে। বাড়ির চারিদিক ভিউ। সিমের গাছ লাগা আছে, আমরা সবজি কিনা খাই না, সব সবজি চাষ করে খাই। এটা হচ্ছে বাড়ির পিছন দিক, এই যে এভাবে আমরা সবজি চাষ করি, আর এই সবজি খাই আমরা, কিনা সবজি কম খাই, চাষ করা সবজি বেশি। আর চারার পালা, খড়ের পালা, আমাদের ছোট, আমার চাষতো ভাই খড়ের পালা আরো অনেক বড়।